I'm Marnie Uhl, your host, along with, surprisingly enough, my first guest today, Catfish, Satish. Adeli, welcome. Everybody knows him, Prescott Valley Event Center, and he's kicking off the segment today. Kind of just something new.
I'm not sure. What do you?
We're not sure. I think maybe he.
I know,
usually,
what the heck?
I know he's usually also ran, but we're kind of getting him a little bit, upgrading him to first.
Because when I take over the show.
So when he takes over the
in
show.
a month.
So if you ever see me missing, kind of look at the nether regions of the event center, and if he's sitting here, because I might be someplace.
I know.
So, hey, you had a big gun show, and then they had an outdoor recreation show this past weekend.
Yeah, so again, everything we've talked about on your show, record numbers this year, which is great.
That's awesome.
So again, we had the gun show, and we combined with Yavapai Broadcasting had Northern Outdoor Exposure, or outdoor show.
Outdoor show.
Yeah. Expo, yeah. And so that was actually really cool. And combining the two shows together worked really, really well. Outside was free admission. Inside did have an admission, but we had record numbers of attendance for the gun show, which is awesome.
Yeah, you usually do pretty well here. Great venue, it's really open, and
people ask why we always do gun shows. It's popular. People want to come.
People come. Yeah, exactly.
Got a couple thousand people that came and spent a lot of money in Prescott Valley.
Well, there's nothing like sticking a whole bunch of RVs along Glassford Hill Road and saying stop on by, because who doesn't dream of hitting the open road in an RV? And I don't care what you're looking for, a coach, trailer, or even a pop-up tent camper.
We had boats. We had tent trailers. We had airsoft guys out there with like the paintball stuff and the airsoft guns kind of stuff, which is really fun. They had a whole bunch of ATVs and really fun toys out there. So
toys, RVs and toys. Outdoor
Some of those toys are more money than my regular car.
No kidding.
I know.
Some of them more money than your regular house.
Yes,
in some cases they're beautiful. Sure. I mean, we're talking. They don't call them RVs. They're like a coach,
motor coach.
Coach. With fireplaces and double microwaves and big screen TV.
You have your trailer, you have your RV, and you have your motor coach.
Coach, yes. So somebody says, I drive a coach. You probably know I'm not parking at the KOA.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, you saw my Facebook. I just went to
Or maybe that's all we can afford now is the KOA, because we have this beautiful coach.
I just went to a concert in Albuquerque, and they gave me my own coach. I had a $2 million coach.
What were you doing there?
311 concert.
Were you working it?
No, they're friends.
Wait a minute. Let me jump back here, because I think just like $2 million?
$2 million coach. Yeah, it's like a 1,200 square foot motor coach.
1,200 square feet?
Yes.
That's like bigger
both
than...
sides push out. Yeah, it's the size of a Greyhound bus.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, so they basically use this for today.
Yeah, because you can go anywhere in that.
So that was pretty awesome.
Any Walmart parking lot across the country, because it sure doesn't fit anywhere else,
Yeah.
That's the only bad side about some of those really awesome, big ones and ginormous ones is, you're not navigating those back roads and off the beaten highway kind of places.
That's it, yeah.
So that's when you need the smaller camper or something like that.
It's a little bit different than my Prius.
A little bit different. You've been camping in your Prius, right?
I have, actually. I have, yes.
So it's really cool here. We got a lot of things coming up. I mean, you have a full schedule. I think you have one. Oh, that was that was 2 weeks ago. There's no open weekends here. Things are always going on in the event center. If not planning them, because we have the Turquoise Circuit Rodeo coming up.
The corn toss being
set
up
behind us.
Corn
Toss
us.
is going up every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday night.
And we've got the job fair. Let's talk about that a little bit.
MMA. You want to talk about MMA?
Ooh, anarchy. It's just like...
I got to get some of those fighters maybe on your next show if I can.
Oh, yeah.
Which is really cool.
I mean, I totally want without the shirt. Look.
Are you all tatted up as well?
I'm not talking about me.
Need some good tattoos and everything.
We'll let you do the show.
We could put you and Gloria in your own round.
Yeah.
Just have at it.
Yeah. So when is that?
We would sell a lot of tickets if that happened. That would be really good.
Right.
So September 2nd.
Your geriatric population.
Fights start at 7, but we're going to open the door at 5:30. We got a full-on.
Wait a minute. Let's go back to the when is this?
September 2nd.
We're back in anarchy. MMA, right?
We turned into a morning radio show. I don't know what happened.
I do. We've been together too long.
That's it.
Okay, so MMA September 2nd. It's a Saturday night, right?
And this one's called Anarchy. Each fight they change. They have a different theme. But some big fights.
It's not glitter and rainbows or anything. It's anarchy.
It's glitter and rainbows.
Oh, no.
But it's good. These guys are definitely these are all professionals. So Danny's our local guy. He won the championship last time he was here, which was awesome.
He's awesome. Yeah.
So it was very
I think it's
good.
around when they're in town and doing these. You see him at different
And
locations taking
a
photos.
lighter weight fighter. This time we actually have Aguilera and West.
Danny's got the color though going.
Yeah, but both of these guys are real big. These guys are national guys. They get a lot of TV coverage and stuff on regular. When you
does he always wear a mask when he does that?
That's his thing.
Gilberto El Azteca Aguilar.
Can he even zoom in?
Dare
I try to hold that so
down,
well?
Bring it down a little bit because you don't want there's glare on our little beautiful lights.
There you go. But the Aguilera and Ed West right here are both top fighters.
This is huge, though.
In the country, yeah. So
when you bring this here, it's huge.
It is. It's very popular. And Jody, who's the promoter, we're looking at doing a full-on series every year now. So,
nice.
Which is cool. So before we had one fight here and there, he bought into a couple other MMA companies. He's basically kind of buying the
He's
Southwest
the promoter
up.
of
Yeah.
things. Okay.
Which is awesome. And so now we're looking at 4 fights, and each fight he does gets bigger and bigger.
So when you do these, do you have seating on the floor?
We do. So we do a quarter house, which is just this side of the arena. So there's not a bad seat.
Okay.
Right. So all 201, 220 here. That's kind of surrounded around the octagon, which is cool. And then on the floor we actually have VIP seats. So it's all tables and higher end. So you can buy a table, like waitress serve.
And have
that
service.
Kind of stuff. Yes, and have service.
Have service.
But the table seats
you park
are
your coach
really
out front.
cool.
You can come for service.
And you. That's right. Tangent. Come back. No, just kidding. But but the table, when you're sitting at the table, they're a little bit more expensive. But I mean, you're right there. You can hear
up close.
You can hear the punches being thrown.
God, be still my heart.
This is not WWE. This is not acting. This is
real stuff.
This is the real deal. Yeah.
Real stuff.
Yeah. So it's
how do you get tickets?
I don't know. How do you get tickets?
Go to
You should know
PrescottValleyEventCenter.com.
PrescottValleyEventCenter.com or Ticketmaster.com, or cheapest, best way is just come visit us. Come down to the box office. Yep, 9 to 3, Monday through Friday. And just talk to Lynette down at the box office and buy your tickets.
So that's the next big event coming up a week after this.
That is.
But then you have the dog show coming in.
The dog show comes in a little bit later in September. The dog
3-day
show,
event, every dog you ever known. Oh, by the way, I got a dog. Just in case anybody out there was wondering how Marnie spends her time now, it's training a 1-year-old little Toto
dog.
dog.
No,
I'm just going to brush him.
Did you present an award last year?
I did.
I did too.
I did one of them.
Best of show.
Yeah, they're fun. But it's a
Best
fun
of
show.
too.
And so, but that's not coming until middle of September.
22nd, 23rd, 24th.
So we have the job fair on the 19th, which is employers, people coming together here to find work.
Yes.
You're going to have a table now.
Yeah, we just talked about that
You've
before
got job
we went
openings.
on air. Yeah, so there's so much happening at the event center, and you'll see some press releases and things coming out here at the end of September, towards the beginning of October. A lot of great things for the event center.
Maybe
are happening.
some concerts. Just saying.
There is a concert that will be announced really soon. That may be announced before this airs. So a big.
But then we'll catch you up next time on the next show that we'll talk about maybe with some more details about it.
2 very big country singers. I can't tell you who they are. One of them just got a #1 hit.
That's tempting.
So
That's
a
little teaser. That's a little teaser.
It's going to be very good. So
a lot of good things happening
here. Yeah,
here,
and
though,
so we're going to be hiring like crazy too. So we're going to need like another 20 security and 20 ushers and that kind of stuff too. So that's a great sign from all that we've been through the last couple of years. Lord knows you can't have enough
security right here in the middle of Prescott Valley.
We usually have to put 2 red on you, and then 2 out at my coach, and then 2 on Gloria's motor coach. And
the Gloria coach, the chamber coach out front. Yeah, it's the utility trailer.
That's it. Being pulled by the 2-door truck, which is good.
So all this information, everything that's going on that Catfish has been talking about is again on the website, PrescottValleyEventCenter.com.
We got
but opportunities for employment here, which means you're working those events, which is kind of a fun thing. So you work, and yet you're inside and get to be a part of everything that's going on.
Part of all the excitement for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is great. And then we'll have our NBA schedule here real soon.
And we'll announce that.
Yep.
Lots of good things.
So yeah.
Okay, we're done.
Am I done? You're sending
well, Mark's saying we're done. So, Catfish, please give him a round of applause. And obviously, Prescott Valley Event Center, one of our gems in Prescott Valley in the Quad City area, over here in Yavapai County. So, thank you.
That's it. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Short break. We'll be right back. More here on Prescott Valley.
I think it goes around.
Come on, buddy.
I'm here for you.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Look.
Why is this so hard?
Let's go. gotta get you a practice.
I read it. Look, and it's set.
Food. It nourishes, brings us together, and adds flavor to life. That's why it's important to wash hands, surfaces, and fresh produce. Keep raw meat, poultry, and seafood separate from ready-to-eat foods like fruits and vegetables. And cook to proper temperatures using a food thermometer. Enjoy! And refrigerate leftovers within 2 hours. For more tips on safely preparing foods, visit homefoodsafety.org.
Hello, welcome back to Talkin in Prescott Valley. I'm Marnie Uhl, your host, and joining me now is Diane Tennyson. She's the owner, broker, manager, runner, Pierce Property Management, which is located right next door to the Chamber of Commerce offices, which is really fun to have you right next door. Because I'll tell you, having neighbors like Diane and the gang over there, we get into some crazy creative ideas like cookie exchange and let's have a barbecue and let's, kind of involve all the tenants in our building to bond and get to know one another, and it kind of makes for a good business environment over there. Right?
It's been fun. Thank you.
It is. The best thing to do was when you moved in. The other best thing was when we moved in there first. So, now we're just one big happy family. So let's talk about what's going on in the community. I mean, people see building all over. We're talking about job fairs, putting people to work. And a lot of it is property management. So owners will connect with you and contract with you to manage their properties in a rental way, right?
That's right.
Okay. So we know where the sales in the housing market is as far as real estate sales. How is it looking in the rental market?
The rental market's been a little bit difficult for people looking for rentals. The market's increasing lately. When the real estate market picked up, a lot of our investors sold homes, so the supply was diminished some. But now I see a lot of investors and other people buying and renting their properties out again. So it's picking up. It still can be a little difficult for someone to find a rental, and housing prices have gone up too, the rental rates.
So, it all works hand in hand, right?
Supply was low, so the landlords were able to raise the rents, with the market. So.
Right.
But I
So
see
it's
it
just a
kind
matter
of
of-
tapering off and being more steady than it has been.
So if somebody's looking to, get a rental and let's say nothing's out there, but they can still register with you and you keep an eye out,
Yes.
and when properties become available, then whether I'm looking for 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, yard, not yard, that kind of thing, you manage and make that connection when it does happen.
Yeah, we'll help them. I keep a list of some people that are looking for things so that we can try and help them. We have our website, which is ppmprescott.com, where we put everything on when they're available. We also will refer them out to other rental property management agencies that are in the area, because we all kind of trying to work together to help the people find homes.
That's what it's all about,
That's
right?
what
Get
it's
somebody
about.
in a home,
Yep.
whether you're renting or you're buying, and it's just get that home and that sense of roots and sense of place, which is what we want everybody to have here in Prescott Valley, is their sense of place.
Yes.
Because we think it's a great place to live.
It is.
So let's talk about a little bit. You mentioned other rental property management companies. Is there kind of a standard or some kind of organization that, like us in the chamber industry, have Arizona Chamber Executives, the Western Association of Chamber Executives, we have professional organizations that assist us with professional development, standards, that kind of thing, that we work so that the industry is professionalized. Do you guys have something like that?
A lot of us belong to a Central Arizona chapter of NARPM, which is the National Association of Residential Property Managers. There's over 5,000 of us across the country.
Wow.
We attend conferences, education. They're very big on ethics, education, networking, and it's been so valuable in my business. I've been able to help my business come to a higher standard, raised to a higher standard, because what I've learned through other people. We've made friends all over the country.
Isn't that interesting, the networking that you get meeting other people in your industry and peers is almost as much or more valuable than actually attending maybe a workshop or seminar.
It is.
That best practices,
It is.
sharing of ideas. I know Gloria attended a chamber execs, and she didn't realize the world of opportunity is out there through those relationship and connections. And she went through like a national program. Now she's got people she knows throughout the United States and other chambers.
You can pick the phone up and call them. Say, hey, I've got this situation. What would you do? And
Right.
they're always helpful.
Yeah.
And then we're also members of PAR, Prescott Area Association of Realtors.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And we're working with the realtors, and they have now added 3 positions to their board of directors, and one is a property management director, which we haven't had in the past.
Now, is there a particular reason why not, or
I don't know why not. But
they just understood that there is an opportunity here?
there's a bigger need for it than there was before. There's more property managers and people doing it out there, doing a property management business. So we're able to get on the PAR board, which I'm also going to be running for. And,
okay.
and I am running for that position. And that way we can work with the realtors because we all work together. Even if we don't sell before their buyers buy, they need a home to rent.
Well, a lot of times buyers are buying to use it as a rental until maybe they're in a position to relocate to the
That
area, which
too.
I've seen in many cases. That's happening. Say, oh,
Yeah.
they're buying to, just rent it out. Well, maybe they're buying it now to take advantage of the opportunity of the sale price, but they're retiring in 3 years from wherever they're
Correct.
living, and they're going to eventually live there.
We see a lot of that.
And we
So,
love them. We say, come
do.
in and join our circle. Yeah.
And then
come
they'll be
into-
here as residents one of these days too.
We see that a lot coming in the visitor center at the chamber, that they're not ready to do it quite yet. Maybe they have 2 or 3 years
Yep.
before retirement. Then they decide, oh, now I'm ready to come. And, oh, by the way, I'm taking over my property again.
Yep.
So
Yep.
what does the board do? What would be your responsibilities? Should be elected to the board, and we'll just say, we'll ask in just a few minutes. Not too many long, Mark, I saw that. How that election works, but your responsibilities as a board member.
The only people that can vote in the election, of course, are members of PAR.
Okay.
Then we will be.
There's a bunch of them out there, let me tell
And
you.
there's a commercial director coming in and an appraiser also.
Oh,
so they're
okay.
really extending it. So we
Sure.
will all meet together and work just to better the whole industry.
Right. Okay. So, members of PAR, if you're watching, and you know who you are, because obviously you're in the real estate industry or parts of contributes to the real estate industry, can look to do your research and your homework as far as, now these open positions that have never been filled. You want to make sure you get somebody that's going to start filling those and moving that position in the right direction so that ultimately down the road, as it becomes a part of that board, it's a working piece as opposed to, oh, you're new and now what do we do with you?
Right.
And you
we're
have
all
a good background in that. You've been in the industry how long?
32 years. So I've been
I
here a
would
while.
say she knows what she's doing. Plus you have that background broker and you know that the relationship and the sales ends of things too.
Correct. And it's best if everybody works together and we can make it a better industry and help our clients.
So if somebody wanted to talk to you, they're watching, they say, well, I'd kind of like to get to know Diane a little bit more. How would they get a hold of you, Diane?
Pierce Property Management, 928-445-8750.
Just give you a call
Give
and
me
you
a
can kind of
call.
walk them through, like, this is
Yep.
why this position is important and it's filled by the right person.
Correct.
Great.
Thank
Diane
you.
Tennyson, Pierce Property Management. There are rentals out there. If you're looking, give her a holler, or any of our property management businesses in the Prescott Valley area or the Quad Cities. And if you have any questions or you don't know of any, call the chamber at 772-8857. We can refer you. Okay. Thanks, Diane.
Thank you,
All the
Marnie.
good luck to you. I think
you.
that would be well positioned for
you.
you to get on that board. Okay, short break here on Talkin in Prescott Valley. When we come back, it's about Big Brothers, Big Sisters. We'll be right back.
Learning is about more than just letters and numbers. Social and Emotional Learning, or SEL, teaches kids how to handle emotions, set goals, and make good decisions. Self-management is the ability to control one's emotions and behaviors in different situations. Teaching children how to define and handle their emotions can help them whenever they feel frustrated or overwhelmed. Try this. Ask children to come up with 3 things that they can do to calm down when having a tough time. Some ideas are counting to 10, pen, listening to a calming song, or taking some deep breaths. Write them down and put the list where they can see and use it when facing difficult feelings. Parents, caregivers, and teachers can ensure that social and emotional learning is an important part of a child's overall health and well-being. To find out more, visit First Book at firstbook.org/SEL. First Book is a nonprofit organization providing all children with equal access to the books and resources they need to succeed.
I'm good,
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
but I have a story, and I don't know where to start.
I feel alone in a crowd.
I can't sleep.
I feel overwhelmed.
I don't even know who I am anymore.
I still have nightmares.
I can't live like this anymore.
I'm really not so good. But are you ready to listen?
And welcome back to Talkin Prescott Valley. As I said when we went to the break, Yavapai Big Brothers Big Sisters. I'm joined by Layla Ranzi.
Good job.
She said that. It was beautiful. It's beautiful when you hear her accent, and we're talking through this interview. But tell us what your position is with Yavapai Big Brothers Big Sisters.
I'm a recruitment coordinator. That means basically that I am scouting for bigs, and we have about, here in Prescott Valley alone, we have about 70 waiting littles. So,
wow. But you know, I think that number seems like it's a little bit less than I've heard in the past. And I do know that whatever you're doing is working, because I'm always seeing, and especially if you're a friend on Facebook, matches being made with the bigs and littles, and then you post them on there. And it just seems like there's a lot of bigs out there willing to invest their time to make the difference in the life of a child.
And
sorry, Mark brought in, lies.
A friend.
We had to blame it on somebody.
Poor Mark. So we have lots of wonderful people that are joining us and are joining our mission. And it is awesome to see these matches made between a younger kid and another person that they don't know. And, to see this friendship blossom is just amazing.
So you kind of keep track of then the relationship as
we do.
Once the match is made.
We do. We have match advisors that actually track, they put the match together. And every match is not just put together, like, oh, here is one name and here is another name.
Okay.
They are pretty well selected. So, basically, we check on the interest that a big has and the interest that a little has. And of course, if both of them like, hiking, swimming, gardening, then, we are assuming it's a very well match.
Right.
And then, of course, there is, trust that gets involved and relationships that gets built over time. And to see these matches happening under our eyes is just amazing. There are stories that are just, they give you goosebumps. And every time I hear them, they give you goosebumps all over again.
And you've done a lot to outreach into the community and engage others even more than just community at large, community members. I mean, your Bigs in Blue program, for instance, now that's matching those in law enforcement. And we say Bigs in Blue, but we've said Bigs in Brown also with our, sheriff's office personnel and deputies. So that there's that relationship. So you started kind of recruiting in that area, and you've been very successful with that.
We have. We actually have lots of Bigs in Blue in Prescott Valley. We have Bigs in Blue in Prescott. We started also in Chino Valley. We have Bigs in Blue up there. And also we have Bigs in Blue in the Yavapai tribe.
Right.
So that they're matched with kids out there, and they're just matches that are working great.
Well, I do have to give a shout out because I saw it on Facebook. Tracy Gordon, our community services over in the town at Prescott Valley Police Department. She's a match, and she's been on the show many, many times. But what an awesome lady! And now giving her time back to be a big, and that's real special too. So now you're doing but you're not done yet. Now you're not done, and I'll tell you, if one thing Yavapai Big Brothers Big Sisters has in them, there's always that opportunity to reach more people to become bigs and make a difference in the lives of the children, which are well documented and well researched, and stats can be given at a drop of a hat on how well those kids will do when they're matched with a big. And now that's outreach into the Hispanic community.
Yes, we actually are going to have an Hispanic council next week, and we're putting it together so that we can better support our Spanish-speaking littles and their families, and try to basically build better relationships and find the great mentors that can help these children too.
So do you have a certain number of Spanish-speaking littles looking for that you need to look for matches for?
We have a Spanish-speaking littles. At the top of my head, how many we have right now, I don't remember, but we do have Spanish-speaking littles. And, it's not that the little only speak Spanish. They speak English as well.
Sure.
But the parent might not speak any English. So we are trying to.
And there's also, when you're talking about matching, it's just like whether they're hikers or whether they're painters or whether they're in the arts or the music. It's, again, like commonalities that you're trying to match with a big and a little, so that will be a successful match.
Absolutely.
So that comes into play also as a cultural piece of it.
Yes. Yes. And, you can see the difference of cultural between one group and the other group. And
there's one between us.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful accent, and I don't.
Exactly. It's called accent.
Yes,
but do you want it?
Well, give me about a half hour. I'll be talking like you because I do that. Pick up very quickly. No. But again, that is something that's taken into consideration when we're matching too. And so you really want to engage more and say, really, how easy it is to be a big.
It is.
And that it just requires a little bit of time.
Some time, and, to change the life of a little.
Right. So you guys are always going on.
We are.
Things going on over there.
And we also have great community partners that support us, and we want to thank them too, and like the Humane Society and the Prescott Center of the Arts, and you to support our organization and being a matchmaker as well, and also the CCJ that basically helped us donating backpacks for back to school. And also our liaison program, we want to thank them as well. Our liaison program started here in Prescott Valley, and now we are proud to say that we have a liaison in every school, and the liaisons are basically this point of contact between the school and the teachers and our organization and our program director, Lynn Baxter.
Right. And it brings a real quick point that there are more. Let's really talk about. There's the match, bigs and littles, big brothers, big sisters. There's family matches,
couples matches,
and school
and
matches.
School matches.
Right.
Yes.
So again, if you have a few hours, you can go into the school and be that mentor, that big to somebody that doesn't necessarily take that time outside, and it's up to you on how much time you have, and that's discussed when you talk to them, right, Layla?
Yes.
And
absolutely.
then before we end, we just have to say tax credits. That's always an option. Being a supporter, being a matchmaker with Yavapai Big Brothers Big Sisters, you can contact them for more information on financially contributing to support to their organization, which makes all of it possible.
Absolutely, because we have been blessed, and last year it started as a single person, you can donate $400, and as a family, you can donate $800.
Right off the top of your taxes. More about that later. We always bring them back to talk about at the end of the year how you can make your money stay right here. Thank you so much, Layla Ramsey, for joining us. Yavapai Big Brothers Big Sisters.
Thank
Big
you
round
for
of applause.
having
Thank you all
us.
for joining us. We'll be back in a couple of weeks with more What's Going On. Things happening. Stick with us.